think this works now. Hello? This should be working. I think I fixed everything. I think I got my router fixed. Something caused the internet to go boom. Um, okay. Now I can actually go back and do this. Fixed it. Uh, Fixed it. There we go. Uh, this is gonna be a very scuffed fucking stream. It should be fixed. But if it goes down again, then it's something else. I was able to frickin' fix it, but not by much. Okay, yeah, today's the neutral day. Uh, God, I'm just happy I fucking got it fixed. It's been a hell of a day. But, what did we do? I cannot remember everything we did. I got too distracted. Put this away. But, oh yeah, now I remember. We're gonna grab the aged Blue Moon wine. And we'll eat the magic rock candy first. And then we're going to basically test to see if it works. Hi, Martin. Oh yeah, I forgot. Hey, Boshi, how are you? I'm alright. At least we got him to 6 hearts now. So at least there's that. Because we needed to gamble today. I also need that lucky ring. Because we should be able to gamble at way better chance here. But, yeah, sorry about any issues that happened. It should be fixed now, and if it breaks again, well, it breaks again. And yeah, it's one hell of a Friday, that's for sure. Gotta redo everything we did. Okay, then we can go here. And do that. Grab the final bits of wool. There we go. Get a bunch of cheese. Okay. Now that that's over with. Yeah, I am deeply sorry. I know that probably absolutely fucked over any retention I had. But yeah. If it happens again, it happens again and I just end. Hey 22, welcome to stream number 2. It's one of those types of days today. I'm just happy it's frickin' fixed now. At least on my side, it seems to be fixed. It's hard to tell through my phone anyway. Oh. Yeah, my internet crashed completely, and I spent a good while trying to fix it. I was happily able to fix it, but God forbid. Magic rock candy. And now I have plus 12 luck. I don't know how many hours in Terraria is too much, honestly. Because I'm like not the right person to ask about that. Because I am very much someone who plays too much. Because I have thousands of hours in Terraria alone. With maxed out luck like this on a neutral luck day, let's just see how well we can do. Because we have at least like a 20% chance for the cherries and stuff. With like the maxed out luck and stuff. Even if we're not at like a max luck day. Because of the amount of luck-based things we've gotten. Yep, there we go. But, yeah, it was really awkward. Yeah, back to gambling! Let's go gambling! Ah, dang it. Ah, dang it. Yay! Yeah, it took some fixing. But hopefully it should be back for good now. And we'll be able to have a normal stream. In quotations, normal. Big quotation marks, normal. But, yeah, if it goes out again, I don't know what to do about it anymore. Because I had to, like, fully, like, fool around with that router. Because it wasn't just the Wi-Fi, no. It was the full internet. Because I even tried restarting the router and stuff. I had to literally, like, full on, like, unplug, replug back in, fuck with the settings a bit. Yeah, it took a bit. Thankfully not too long, but it happens. It definitely happens, that's for sure. Some cherries. I mean, we are getting up a lot more. Took me till yesterday to find out NPCs have preferences of. You really didn't know that? I thought that was kind of obvious. I mean, when they actually are with their preferences, they actually give less of a, they give more of a discount and stuff, and will also sell for, you can sell stuff to them for more, in some cases. But when they're unhappy, it will go and become more expensive and less for selling. I know some modded NPCs have that built in, but most of them don't. But it's still like a really useful feature. Because like one of the people that's always good to just put by themselves is the tax collector. I mean, I feel like it's less about being a dum-dum and more just you never press the happiness button. Because not a lot of people do. I can almost guarantee that. I will say, though, it was definitely worth drinking the Blue Moon wine and eating the aged Blue Moon wine and drinking that and then eating the rock candy because holy shit, are we getting a lot of luck. Especially with one lucky ring. Imagine if we had 2 lucky rings. Because that'd be another +2 to luck. Because in total we have a +13 to our luck stat right now. As well at, and this is a neutral luck day with the luck increasing item. So that like increases it a lot. So you wonder what it was for, completely forgot until yesterday. That's fair. I mean, I will say NPC happiness is one of the most useful things in Terraria. Because that also is what helps you get pylons if you don't have like the mod that lets you get pylons even if they're not happy. Because it's honestly useful as hell. It actually reminds me that as soon as this series is done, I'm going to be moving the Terraria Bestiary to this slot, since it's going to be another longer, more grindy thing. Welcome back, Rowdy. Hope everyone's doing well this morning, even if it's scuffed as all fuck. Thankfully, I found a way around it, but yeah. But I know once this series ends, I'm gonna replace it with the Bestiary. And then the Bestiary slot's gonna be replaced with another game to basically, like, not only give the Bestiary more time, because I know it's gonna need more time, and being able to do it will definitely... Ooh, that's a good one! And giving it more time is definitely gonna help a lot. Because it's gonna be a very long one. Because I even looked at, like, a bunch of the enemies and stuff, and for all we know, we might just get really fucking unlucky. Even if we get the luckiest, it's still gonna take quite a while. Because one of the things that I don't know if it affects the bestiary or not is crawdads, shellies, and salamanders. Of the three, only 2 of those spawn per world. I don't know if the bestiary counts all 3 or not, if they don't all spawn in the same world. And that is what worries me, because if it does, that means the one we are missing, we're gonna have to make a statue out of to get the banner in that world. Otherwise, we won't be able to complete its bestiary entry. Which is the biggest worry that I have, because that means we'd have to make a world, check to see if it had the other one of the one we are missing out of 3, and then get lucky. There's a boss you never knew existed. Which one? Because there's quite a lot of bosses. Oh, Dreadnoughtless? It was almost made a boss, but it was downgraded to mini boss, fun fact. So it's just a high health enemy that has a banner. It used to have a trophy. They actually spent, God, I don't remember how long it was. They spent a long time debating whether they'd make it a boss or not. And they decided to make it a mini boss, which is sad, but fair. Because the bosses have trophies compared to mini bosses and strong enemies. Like, that's the main difference between them. And I found it quite crazy too, but here we are now. I will definitely say, it was worth doing this. Ooh, milk. I really didn't expect us to make this much money this quickly. But yeah, like, a lot of that stuff is, very new in terms of, like, the happiness and also bestiary. But, with what I was able to learn about the bestiary, I know some things don't naturally count on the bestiary compared to others. Like, one thing we're gonna have to do is fight Torch God. That's just how it's gonna be. And I got some good strategies for beating Torch God. Like, it's not that hard if you know what you're doing. Statue of Treasure. Rare Crow. You could buy fireworks, wallpapers, magnets. I kind of want to buy the top hat. Let's go get the top hat. Yeah, Torch God has a apparent, if I remember right, they were mentioning having a specific theme for Torch God coming up. Cuz Torch God started as a joke. Because in original 1.4, if the torch wasn't the right biome torch, it actually gave you negative luck instead of just no extra luck bonus. And people made jokes about how, oh, the torch god's against them. So it got turned into a thing with Torch God. And torches got reverted to the point where just neutral luck unless it's a biome torch. And then it gives like a luck boost. But because of that, it started the whole joke. And then over time, things got updated where now all the torches that are placed in the world, after you get Torch God's favor, will turn into the specific biome torch of the biome it is in. Which is pretty nice. And honestly, a very good quality of life change. 2,000 off. Hey Ziggy, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, the Torch God is one of those that is just has such a weird origin story, but it exists for a good reason. Terraria, but you beat the game in reverse. That also means you would technically be getting weaker for each boss you kill. Or it would be Moonlord is just a really weak enemy. And like everything is like reverse progression wise, meaning you would have to seal the spirits of light and dark away. It's kind of weird. Makes you think. Because the guide can turn into the wall of flesh. Like, that's canon. The guide and the ninja, which is inside of King Slime, are both brothers. And they are the love child of Moonlord and the freaking nymph. I wish I was shitting you. This is Terraria lore in a nutshell. And the whole thing, like, the spirits of light and dark were sealed by the dryads long ago. Most of them died out. They weren't able to get rid of all the evil of corruption / crimson, but they were able to stop its spread. It's super weird. Like, the mechanical bosses were made by the mechanic NPC after being trapped in the dungeon to basically resurrect the Lord's body of the old man who was stricken by a curse that only affects old people. I wish this wasn't true, but yeah, it only affects old people. And it's super convoluted and weird. And I just don't know how to feel about it other than like, huh. Because it is really weird. Also, I've never really had this and it looks so nice. But like, it's one of the examples of Terraria being a really confusing game lore-wise. Because Moonlord has legs. And people have been asking for the torso of Moonlord ever since the legs were added. And the legs are the size of the Terrarian, mind you. Yay! We got the whole set! And it's super weird and confusing. But that's how game lore be some days. I'm honestly surprised we didn't need all of the luck for as long as we did, but hey, look at the bright side. We were able to get it done. I don't think we've actually gotten the Shane Heart event yet for the blue chickens. But, oh cool, a bunch of these trees are now done. Now we can actually clear this spot. Oh, and I can replace this ring again. Finally. It's gonna be so much clearer down here. Though I really should grow some mahogany trees for hardwood. That should be like my next thing because I know we're gonna need it. And if we ever need more wood and we grow mahogany trees, we can just shred the freaking hardwood down to normal wood. Like, yeah, it would technically take a little more time, but meh. Little more time is not really much. One regular boss Terraria wish you'd never fought. I can think of several bosses in regular Terraria that gave me issues. And I know that people clown on the Destroyer all the time, but I always have issues with the Destroyer. Even when I'm trying the cheese strats. Just something about the Destroyer just always destroys me. Ranger uniform. Oh my gosh. Daytime Empress of Light. Ah, yes. I remember beating that. I've beaten Daytime Empress of Light quite a few times. It's been a long time since I've done it. But because my favorite class is Summoner, I know how to do it as a Summoner pretty well. So, like, I got pretty good at it for a while. It's been a long time since I've done it, but I used to be, like, insanely good at it to the point I could consistently do it. It's been a long time since, though. Because I know, I had quite a few Terra Prismas in my day. I mean, even though all her moves one-shot, she's not the only boss that does that. Technically, Daytime Skeletron and Skeletron Prime do the same. But they're just much easier bosses and less bullet helly. Because all you have to do is just dodge their head. It's basically dodging the Dungeon Guardian all over again. So at least there's that. You know, I'm curious if there's a Dungeon Guardian banner, because if there is, I might actually go for it. I think that would be a fun little challenge. Going for the banner of Dungeon Guardian, if it exists. Because I have no idea if it exists or not. So it could be a fun little challenge. I'll definitely look it up to see if it does, but yeah. Like, one-shot bosses are definitely some of the hardest ones. Oh, was this what you were talking about? I didn't realize there was a ranger uniform. I thought you were talking about the topic at hand. I didn't realize I had gotten it. Oh, wow. That's honestly kind of funny. Because I know a lot of the clothing items now are possible to get from other stuff. It doesn't have its own banner. Oh, that's a shame. I mean, even then, like with the enemies that drop like pets and stuff, we could try and collect those just for the lulz. Since, you know, pets are a whole nother thing. Is that wall broken or is it just look that way? It's very possible it could be either. Because I know we're going to need a lot of stuff anyway. Where is my scythe? There it is. Yeah, because we also need to do a bunch on the island. Speaking of the island, we should go check on the island to see if that pumpkin has grown into a big pumpkin. No, nothing yet, but the rest are growing at a good rate. Because once we get the giant pumpkin, it's a for sure that we actually get what we need. You sentence me to the hole? Not again. I don't need to be stuck in another hole. Also, I know I mentioned it technically earlier today, but I was able to finish and fix the tunnel bore and get it working again. I had to, like, modify the designs several times. But I managed to do it. I could really increase my kegging or my casking. Or both. Why not both? So we can start doing that. Because I know what we're going to want to do for the casts is we're going to have to fairy dust them. But just be that way sometimes. I feel like it was definitely worth it using the wine and stuff. The moon! Like always. Even then, Ziggy, we both know. Like, in all honesty, it's been so long since I've actually fought Empress Elite in Terraria now, thinking about it. Because I just haven't played Oh my god, So that's what that gives you. Interesting. Deluxe Scarecrow! We finally got the final recipe. The one that matters the most. The Deluxe Scarecrow. Because now what I can do is the Deluxe Scarecrow has double the range. It is super good. So I can basically go through here and just get rid of all my Scarecrows and replace them. And I won't need to worry one bit. You can already tell my inventory is full. There we go. Lots of potatoes and other shit. And now just... look at that. Because we're going to make a lot off just different types of products. We're going to have all the produce we'll ever need. Also, I should totally put all the preserving jars somewhere. Probably in here would be a good idea. Because in here, all we have is like that empty space up in the right. We could put some preserving jars up there. And what we could do with that is we could simply just do all the row. Not have to worry one bit. Which might not be a bad idea, honestly. Because that would actually be pretty nice. We might just do that. Because then we can age the row. Which takes time. A lot of it, but I feel like it would be a worthwhile investment. Did not mean to grab and put this here. Yeah, this is gonna be a big harvest. Because I know we're running out of space for ancient fruit. Because all we really have left now is the Ginger Island farm and our greenhouse, which that's gonna take forever as well. And we might just need to sleep through a couple seasons if need be. Because our main farm, we can't really do too much with those because it's limited. So, just gotta play it smart. And we'll go from there. There we go. And we can go through here and just slice all these berries up. If only there was a fertilizer that would make it so your plants had a chance to produce a second one of it. That'd be a really good fertilizer for this game, in my opinion. I feel like that'd be like a really good fertilizer. And now we just... This is one of the most satisfying things in this game, is just doing this. It's why I love doing this in Stardew. Ah, the satisfying sound of kegs. Nice whiskey barrels. They're not whiskey barrels, they're wine barrels. Ancient fruit wine barrels. And I technically could do starfruit. I really could. But I don't want to replant repeatedly. God, we use so much ancient fruit on these. But it's going to be worth it in the end. Because once we get all that done... Oh. Oh yeah, you make lots of money off wine in this game. It is probably the most profitable thing if you actually, like, base your stuff around artisan goods. Because you can make bank from it alone. The pupper. Cool, we got a bunch of stuff I can harvest now. Got some more ancient fruit in here. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, because I know I'm gonna need to do a lot of these, is all these sweet gemberries I am turning into seeds. And I'm gonna do the same with the ancient fruit. Because those are other things I need seeds for. We're just gonna keep doing this. Because I feel like it is worth it to just get the extra money for ancient seeds. Just naturally from this. Because we're gonna have a lot. So let's start out with these, because we need a lot of these. Then we will do 3... Okay, we have an extra 4. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom! There we go. And I don't need the shrub seeds. And I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because I really just want to get rid of the frickin' berries at this point, because there are just so many of the Salal berries. The Salal berries. And I also don't need any more star fruit. We need to make the deluxe scarecrow. We're going to be selling a lot today. Because we need to get 10 million of the fucking stuff that we need. So we're going to be here for a long-ass time. Okay. So we got some preserve jars. I could either put it in here or just down here. I'm really fine with either. So I think I'm just gonna clear this out a bit. Because I don't really need it. And then I can just... Yeah, I can totally fit this inside the shed. I just need to figure out which ones I want to turn into caviar first. Probably one I have a lot of. Like Midnight Carp Roe, where I have 200 of it. Dear God. And basically, it's going to take up a huge chunk here. Because I need that amount. There we go. So when the one outside is ready, I'll know the ones inside are ready. Just an easy way to make sure you know what you're doing. And I could technically sell a bunch of this row, too. So if I get this just down to 200, that's 21,000. But if I turn it into row, it's going to make a lot more. Also, holy magma geodes. And I'm gonna just put some of these away. Pretty smart. Yeah, it's just a good way to do it. At least from what I've found. It's just one of the best ways to do it. Also, holy shit, do I have a lot of stuff. Let's see. Take these. I know we'd have to spend some money for Clint, but it might not be a bad idea to spend money to make money in this case. Especially seeing the fact that we're going to need some stuff. Why did I not get the crafting one? I thought I crafted everything. Just double checking. Tub of flowers. Damn it. Okay, I need jazz, tulip, poppy, and spangle seeds. And I have none in here. I can't believe that's the one I forgot. Shit, today's the only day we can get jazz seeds. And I think Pierre is already closed. Shit. I could technically get his missing shopping list, make our lives loads easier, and it might not be a bad idea. Damn it, he left already. Welp, we need to get the shopping list. But at least we got the deluxe scarecrows, so there's that. Looking at the bright side. That's one of the many things that we need done. I also don't need this here. And I can move this to here, and I can put one of these right about... I'll put it like here. That should help a good chunk. Then we can get one here. And then one here. And then the stuff up here takes care of it. And I can technically now have every scarecrow in a row. Every scarecrow in a row, and a row, and a scarecrow row? Every scarecrow type in a row. Oh, wrong chest. Nice. We basically just need a bunch of seeds. But we can get that from Mr. Key because of certain things. Wait a minute. I just had a thought. Do I have any... mixed flower seeds? The one thing I almost forgot about. So I'm just gonna get rid of a bunch of these. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. This should hopefully get me all the seeds I need without worry. If I am lucky. Let's see. Because I'm going to need a bunch of, like, fairy seeds anyway. Because I need to get a bunch of fairy roses for the fairy dust. So at least there's that. So, we got some good stuff. But we're about to go into summer, baby. And of course, with summer, we got these two. Scarlet is going to be the hardest, but I got some ways to deal with it because I can take her to movies. She loves most movies. So that's a plus. Martin, I can't take to movies unless it is the 22nd for Community Day. So we need to basically befriend him slowly. That's a good chunk of the way there. We're about a tenth of the way there. About. But it's nowhere near enough. We are like a tenth of the way there, literally, so. Oof. It's gonna be a difficult one. Okay, so that gives us an artifact trove. That's good to note. God, you have no idea how much I can't wait to get the golden clock so I can get rid of stuff like this happening. Wum, 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 wum. Because this is always the hard part about new seasons, is you just gotta do this. But we'll get it all sorted out. Also, thank God they made it so you can move while doing this. That's probably one of the best upgrades to any game. Like, one of the best, most simple upgrades for a game. Yeah, because the roe takes quite a while to be turned into caviar. Or, well, aged roe, as it is known in this game. Wum, wum. But, yeah, we're just gonna have to wait for it. Because every bit of roe that we're able to age is gonna really add. If I could get a shed full of preserve jars, we could just make a preserving shed sheerly for roe. The hint indication was pretty frustrating at times. Oh yeah, it really was. And it's so nice to actually have this, like, movement ability now, because everyone hated it in some form. And the fact that it got fixed says so much. I'm just happy ConcernedApe listened. Even to this day, I'm just so happy about that. Because the amount of devs that just don't listen to their community is a sad amount, to be completely honest. But it's nice when a dev does listen to their community. But yeah, like... yeah, I'm just happy I got the stuff figured out. Okay, Pierre, get me some seeds. So I need a bunch of stuff. We're making loads of melons. I am buying an entire stack worth because I am only going to make melons right now. Because I can at least turn those into juice if we run out of ancient fruit, plus they sell for a good amount. And because they can also get a big crop, it's going to be useful. I could have done blueberries, but, like, and it would have been pretty good, but I don't think I'm going to. Unless I have, like, a bunch of extra space. And of course, the luau is actually going to be really useful for Martin and Scarlet because we'll actually get a bunch of friendship with them. As long as we put in, like, that goat cheese or something. Goat cheese is probably one of the easiest to do for me because I have a goat. But it's also, like, I only need the gold star of it. And I get that from just a normal goat cheese, basically. So at least there's that. Wum, wum, wum. Now, for the long part. Planting and watering. And we'll do more clearing tomorrow in-game, because we need to basically make loads of money. As well as do a bunch of the final achievements, like, apparently the one thing I completely forgot to do. Thinking about it, I probably could have just taken any flowers I have in my thing and just seed makered them, and I didn't think about that. And I just thought about it, and now I feel dumb. Well, you live and you learn. God, I bought a stack of melon seeds, and I've already used so many of them. But it's nowhere near the amount I need, it feels like. But I still got this whole section. The good thing about the deluxe scarecrows is we need less of them, because they are just such a big radius. I know, one of the things I am so happy there are devs that do, like Relogic, Concerned Ape, and stuff, are just simple quality of life changes. Simple things like being able to move, being able to do this or that when you normally couldn't. Just to make it easier for, like, player experience. I feel like that just helps so much. I'm gonna need a bunch of these. I think these are the 4 I need. And of course, I'm gonna need to go through and, like, do a bunch, like, with all my resins and other shit, but that's a future me problem. Okay. Now, where's my watering can? There we go. We got 3 fairy seeds from that. Nice. Okay. What am I missing? Tulips. That's it. Good thing I have those. Because then once we have the tub of flowers, we don't need to worry at all anymore. Now for the long watering process. The one thing I'm thankful for is the fact that if I ever run out of water, I can always just go to these guys and just take some of their water and I'm golden. You know, that's one of probably the most useless for anything other than aesthetic things in this game is the well. I don't know a single person who uses the well for anything but aesthetic. Like, in all honesty. Like, if you couldn't take from the fish ponds, that would be another story. But I still don't know a single... Are you fucking serious? I still don't know a single person who uses the well. Most people just use normal stuff, like the fish ponds or the basic water that you're given. Like, if... I feel like it's just one of the most useless buildings in the game, other than the mill. Because I don't know a single person who uses the mill for anything other than aesthetic either. Because it's usually just easier to buy from Pierre. It's honestly kind of funny and sad at the same time. And now... Okay, where is it? I'm missing one thing. I have to be missing, like, one thing. And it's so obvious, probably, too. Because I know crafting is separate to cooking. Because you can get the crafting without the cooking. So I know it's not related to that. I'm just hoping this isn't one of those bugged ones either. I've crafted everything that I have unlocked. Meaning, it's something I either haven't unlocked or it's just not working for some reason. Actually, I want to put true perfection there. I'm going to put the tub of flowers here because then it looks nice. But that's super annoying for me. And my OCD. We'll figure it out, though. Hopefully. But, yeah. The whole internet going out stuff really just completely... I'm off my game after that. Because it just completely caught me off guard. Okay. And I know I could just technically post both sides of the stream and boom, boom, bang, it's done, no issue. But let's be honest, I've I've actually tried that, and the one that like ends abruptly always does worse. I've noticed that. So it's kind of like I'll keep it up on Twitch, but I'm not gonna put it to the YouTube because it's also super short. But I will say, making an archive for the stream VODs was definitely a worthwhile decision. And I am so glad I did it, because it just makes life so much easier. Because you don't need to worry about the Twitch stuff as much, and you can have multiple sources of, like, people finding you, and it means you can do a bit more. Because there's that bit of aspect to it, too, where you also gotta keep an eye on the numbers in some form. Which does suck, but it's just how it be sometimes. I hope to one day be at a point where I don't need to worry about the numbers in any form. It'd be nice. Because the numbers do affect a lot of stuff, especially early on. Like, if you're gonna get recommended to people, as well as other stuff, and it's like, yeah, I want to spread joy, but can't really do that if no one's really seeing your shit. Which sucks. But that's just the algorithm. One of the many reasons I do not like the algorithm much. While it has gotten better on places like YouTube, it's not perfect, but it's gotten better. It's still eh. And Twitch is a whole nother beast, especially now. Like, I could go on about the different beasts in the algorithm, but we all see it. We all see the same, just a lot of oversaturated stuff, or people with a lot higher view counts, etc., because it's just usually what's given to people, unless it's like a very niche thing that's related to something they were watching, and then like you got a chance, but even then it just depends. Because with Twitch it's also based on timing too, because you don't get recommended a finished stream. That's one of the things about Twitch that sucks, is you don't get recommended streams that are finished, and even if you want to. And you're not, like, recommended the channel or anything if they aren't online. Because I know I stream at a weird hour for some people, because I stream pretty early for me, but for other people I stream at either a normal time or pretty late. So it makes it kind of weird. But that's always something you gotta keep an eye on, especially with content creation in any form, is as much as you don't want to worry about the numbers, there are times where you gotta, whether you like it or not. Which can get very stressful for people who are not ready to deal with it or able to deal with it. At least from my experience. And one of the biggest things also with content creation is you have to have a thick skin. Because there's always going to be awful people out there. really hard to grow your audience unless you advertise outside of Twitch, isn't it? Oh yeah, it's hard to do so in general, even if you're advertising outside of it. I happen to get lucky with a stream. Literally. That is the only reason a lot more that is like the biggest reason I actually got a bigger following is just I got lucky. Luck is a mixture of opportunity and hard work in that regard. And that's kind of how it is for content creation and all these different types of content creators. Most of them have suffered through a lot of different hardships because you get points in content creation where things are going to look lower, things are going to be higher. And to get to a point to naturally live off it alone is a whole other beast. Like, once you hit an average of once you hit an average of 3 viewers over a month of streaming, then you get affiliate. You found me going through the furry category, starting by small to large streamers. I don't think a lot of people do that. Exactly, like, not a lot of people do that. I know some people do, but not everyone does. And I think that's one of the things that really does suck, but not much you can do about it. Which is just the sad truth of it. You can't. But it doesn't mean you can't try and to do stuff. I know I've spent lots of time doing these different things. And it's one of those things where after you've done something enough, you kind of get into a pattern. And that's kind of what I've done. I've gotten into a pattern, and I know that for me, I enjoy doing it. And that's something that is very noticeable, especially to people who watch, whether they realize it or not. Actual enjoyment is noticeable. And you get all these different points, and it's like, it's gonna take time. Because content creation comes with a lot of struggles that not everyone is willing to deal with, or ready for, more or less. Because I know when I first started, I didn't really think anything would come of this, but I was at least willing to do it because it was kind of a break for me mentally, and I could just be myself to just nobody, and if someone joined in, they got to see just me being me. And you always got to put a bit of a mask on in your own way, where it's like you got to be able to put a mask on and hide, like, if something gets to you from like a troll, for example. That's just part of the internet as a whole. And it's one of the many things that makes it difficult. But once you get used to it, it gets easier. Doesn't make it loads easier, but it helps. Because I know I've spent a lot of my time on the internet in way different places. But I know since starting streaming, for example, one of the things I have to look at is numbers sometimes, whether I like it or not. Because it's important to know, like, which is the most popular of these series, etc. Because sometimes you just have to be willing to drop a series in some cases, especially like when they have different effects. Like, one of the things I started having issues with, and it's why I stopped playing Dicey Dungeons, is one, it wasn't the biggest watcher for a lot of people, but it also, there were times it would just get muted on Twitch because the opening theme, literally just opening up the game and having the opening theme alone would cause it to silence that part of the VOD. And it was just like, what the hell? Because that's another thing you also gotta be careful, is things that will silence parts of the VOD, or even DMCA or copyright strikes. Because it is one of those things of you just need to be careful. Because if you're not careful enough, you can get hit hard by those. And I have seen it hit some creators pretty hard because it's a three-strike thing where if you hit three strikes, you're just out. They're more lenient earlier on than later on, basically. Because there are times where you'll just get completely strike down. Because I've seen it happen before, and I don't know if it's changed since then because this was back when DMCA was like first out and like an issue. They would just strike down a stream midstream if it even had a little bit of DMCA in it. It was honestly insane how many creators got strike down by it when it first happened. Like, there's a lot of stuff like that in the history of Twitch as a whole, but there's also a lot of other stuff as well. Doesn't mean I don't like streaming, of course. I love streaming. But it just means you gotta be willing to fight a bunch of different things and learn from a bunch of different things. Be willing to adapt and overcome. It's one of those things that you just gotta be willing to do. Like, one of the reasons I even made a Discord in the first place was just to make it easier for people to, like, know when I'm streaming and also possibly make friends if the Discord ever gets lively enough. Like, stuff like that is stuff that matters to me because I actually want people to be able to have at least a little bit of that free time outside of it and possibly form new friendships, etc. Doesn't mean it's gonna happen all the time, but just having a community there that isn't full of just toxicity, etc., is nice. Especially in this day and age where it's just like, especially more recently, like you go online or something, you're gonna see something about politics, even past the election. It's gonna be that way for a long while, and it sucks. Even though that's just how it is sometimes. That's one thing I do hate about election season is that is just all you will hear about online in some cases, and it's so annoying. It's why I um try to make this a more politic-free zone, especially when it gets around that time, because sometimes you just need that. I know, like, with different games I play, because I started with the games I enjoyed personally. Um, that's where we did the Joja Mart stuff where I got my final achievement originally for Stardew before the new update. Then I did a mini start on some stuff. Like I've gone through between stuff like Minecraft and Stardew and Dicey Dungeons. I've done a fair few. And it one thing that is nice is I've with the streaming is I've actually learned about games that I never heard about that I have enjoyed a lot as well. And it's gotten me to play games I've heard are good, but just never got the time to play or just never had. Or never even thought of. Like, I would have probably never played Akami, for example, or Celeste, if it weren't for stream and, like, recommendations from people. And I think that's one of the nice things about it. Like, that's why I opened recommendations in the first place. Because I've gotten some great recommendations, even if it's not on the recommendations channel and from actual word of mouth in some cases. I've gotten a lot, and I mean a lot, of good recommendations that interest me. And I'm glad for that. Because you can only play the same game so many times before it gets boring. And I play a lot of games, and I can stand some of them because I love them to death. Like Stardew, for example. I love this game. It means so much to me as a game. But you can only play so much of the same game and be interesting. I mean, that's why you see some content creators go outside of just their niche. Of course, there are some people who find ways around it, like, for example, I still don't know how Jerome ASF, after all these years, is still making Minecraft videos. But he is. And I think that says a lot. Not just about him, but about his own determination. Also, we're gonna open up all these fucking geodes. I hope you know that. Because then we'll go for, like, the artifact troves and stuff, because I need to open all these geodes. Because what we can do is we can get a bunch of these, and then we can just sell a bunch if we so want to. This is going to be the one that's going to fill our inventory the most, almost definitely. Because this has so much inside of it. Ooh, a prismatic shard! But I still remember my first ever stream that I even did before I even started, like, streaming now, was way back when I just joined a stream just to help a friend. And that was the closest I had ever gotten before I started doing this last year. And I still think it's crazy that I've gotten this far within less than a year, because that is not a normal content creator journey either. I got lucky. I got the opportunity by pure chance. I know I have friends out there who definitely helped, as well as like with some of the earlier streams, I put them on one of my friends' servers because they wanted me to. And I'm like, okay. And while not much came from that, it still got me out a little more for some people. I know the biggest point where I noticed the biggest spike was when I first did Terraria. Because that was just that one that hit really early. That's where 22, for example, came from. I remember that very well. Because I remember I remember, like, the different games that people joined in on, etc. Because I try to. And I know the more people there are, the harder it's gonna get. But being able to even know, like, something like that, or be able to recognize names, is important to me. Especially because, like, even the people who don't speak in chat and just lurk around every once in a while, etc., that means the world to me. Because it's still a number, but it's also someone who is still there and listening to me ramble on about some of the weirdest shit ever. And I'm okay with that. As long as they're enjoying themselves, doing whatever they're doing, I'm fine with it. Because lurkers are some of the most important viewers on Twitch, especially. And that's one of the things a lot of people forget. Lurkers are the heart and soul of Twitch in that regard. It's why we guilty of rambling. Exactly. Like, I'll ramble on about some of the craziest shit ever. But there's still people that listen. And that's true about anything. I know one of the biggest worries I had is that if I got noticed by some people, it would just lead to a long and arduous process for me where a lot more people would just be annoyed by me. Like, that was one of my biggest worries when I first started. And I still remember that really well. And of course, now it's nowhere near as bad. Like, I still get my bits of anxiety, but I'm definitely more confident in myself. Like, streaming is one of those things I actually use to just relax. It's one of the few things that actually I can do and like just be happy and relax. Which is crazy to say out loud. But it's nice. I know I've spent God knows how much of my life doing all sorts of weird things. And I got weird stories, some of which are way easier to remember than others. Some of which I'm reminded of by family members. But even then, I still get good stories. Even naturally, through like D&D, for example, and everything else. And I can also talk about things I find interesting. I remember you came in a Minecraft stream. I remember when you came in, Iris. That was a Minecraft stream. I remember it very well because that was the stream I was mapping, and I got talking about this, and it was because I was mapping stuff in Minecraft. I remember it well. I was mapping the colder areas. It was when we first started the map room as like a full-on thing. Yeah, like I actually try to remember that stuff, and I know not everyone will, but I'm a nerd like that. And it may be it's one of those things that I'm good at is I'm in real life, I am one of the worst people when it comes to names. Like I have so much issue. There are times I'll completely call you by a different name, different gender, etc., not even meaning to. Like just complete opposite side, just like brain did not work or forget names until I get like close enough and like learn it several times. But there'll also be times where I'll not hear something fully and I'll just be like, what? Because I get distracted easily. But my memory has also never been the best. That's probably why I did not do the best when it came to like the memory stuff in school. Like when it came to the stuff, it always yeah, because we got into some deep conversations. Yeah, I know we got into a deep conversation on that stream. I think that was about specifically the school system. I think it was that we got talking about. I don't remember the exact conversation. I just remember what stream it was. Because that was, I think that was because I know before, um, 'cause it was before I fully mentioned a lot of stories, but also after I had mentioned some. Like, there's a bunch of stories and stuff, and getting them all straight, well, they're not gonna all be straight, that's for sure. But it's hard to remember every story at the same time. Like, there are some I'll think about, and I'll be like, okay, I should mention that on the stream. And then I'll just forget until, like, past stream, and I'm like, ah, oh, shit, I forgot about that. Like, that happens so often for me. It's honestly kind of sad. Also, we're getting a lot of artifacts. Because I know, like, we get into some deep conversations sometimes on stream, depending on the game and stuff. Like, one of the things I've noticed about some of the games, like, for example, Celeste, is it definitely seems to talk about, like, mental health and stuff. Um, and I know we're close to the summit, but I also am going to try some of the B side. Numbers or timelines, but you have pretty good ability to remember separate interactions without knowing. Yeah, that's fair. I am similar in that regard. With numbers, it depends. Like, I still remember, like, my Grammy's number by heart, but I can't remember my grandma and grandpa's number by heart, and I don't know why. And I think part of it is because my Grammy's number, I always could remember with a simple jingle. Or, like, if anyone remembers the one Charter Spectrum commercial, where we're like dancing out in the street, repeating the fricking number. Like that's another one, or ba ba da ba da ba da ba stuff like that. Like those are the ones I remember the most. Because I'll remember some of the most random things about an interaction, like, oh yeah, this song was playing, or oh yeah, I was specifically doing this because I know I was working for on this while this was happening. But I'll forget completely separate things that are like way more important or something. And it's just how it's been. It's awkward to say the least, especially when you're the dungeon master and you're like, shit, what was I saying? Where were we? Or did I ever tell you the town name? I don't remember. Let me check my notes. Yes you did. Okay, good to know. Because there are times where I actually do forget to say the town name. Like, or an example that I accidentally misspoke, Rose's grandfather's name as one of the towns. So I made a whole, like thing, um, of background that went into the reason his name got changed because he hated his real name, so he changed it to a nickname he used. Like I went into full like detail for that because I completely forgot. And that is the most dungeon master thing to do, is to be like, oh shit, I didn't think about that. And then just like come up with some random bullshit on the spot. Like I've done that so many times on accident. Like last I checked, I believe they still have a shard of an earth elemental that stabbed one of the characters through the stomach and they kept it. But it also means they have a shard from an earth elemental that they can use for like potions and shit. I also find it funny that they've been like trying to collect ingredients to try and remake another gambling potion, because while it is a difficult potion to make because it is a very rare to legendary grade item, it is possible to make it, but it takes a long time. But they're like, we could totally sell this if we do it right. And I'm like, oh my god, they're trying to make an economy with freaking gambling and potions. And honestly, I would say I'm surprised, but I'm not. That's just how my players are. They come up with some of the most batshit insane plans. I still remember when they were like, oh, it'll be fine. And I'm like talking about these giant undead creatures and like, oh, we can beat this fine. And then they get absolutely walloped by it. And they're like, ooh, I thought we were gonna do a lot better. No, they didn't. But it was funny as hell. I will say that. It was funny as hell. We're almost done with the Omni Geodes. Then we can do the mystery boxes and artifact troves. So at least there's that. But yeah, I know, one of the things I remember, um, one of the first games I ever played was the Legend of Zelda series. Fun fact. And that is what truly got me into gaming. Mold. I mean, Mold Earth affects sand. It's supposed to affect sand. Like, it doesn't say anything about not using sand. It just says it uses the earth. So, like, stone, rock. Because sand is made of, like, particles of earth. Like, one thing my players did that I found really smart was they used water walking to walk over the muddy swamp so they could walk at a normal pace instead of getting slowed down by the swamp. Like, that's ingenious. And honestly, I like when players come up with cool ideas like that. Because, like, I I still remember one of the first sessions. Um, one of the players decided, I'm gonna make a. Can I can use create and destroy water. Can I go up to him and 25 feet above him make a 5-foot cube of ice? And then can I drop it on him? Uh, sure. Make an attack roll. Rolled really well. Drops a 5-foot by 5-foot thick cube of ice on the guy, dealing loads of damage. It was honestly one of the funniest things, because when my group actually does interesting stuff that they don't expect, or like when they come up with stuff, they can come up with the most batshit insane things. Like when they were taking out some thieves, um Mara the Blood Hunter used one of her rights to coat a crossbow bolt and shot it through one of their heads, instantly killing them with a crit. So it basically caught, and I basically described it as it hits their head, it causes the ice to burst out, just completely freezing their head and shattering it. Because honestly, it was pretty sick in both the cool and disgusting way. Like, that's the type of stuff that I'm like, holy shit, they actually did it. Because this guy was running away, too, and they were, like, if it's a crit or something, I'm gonna give them a good reaction that they need. Because that's what a crit deserves. I still remember, a lot of the early sessions, too. Because there are some great moments, like, I know I've mentioned this moment before, but I still remember Mara's character going, "Can I try and seduce the wolf? The wolf is dead. It's undead. It's an undead wolf. Like I said, can I seduce the wolf? It's on your side." Oh. Also, wouldn't that be bestiality and necrophilia? Oh, I didn't think of that. Full-on conversation right there. Or when they were having a mini fight in the party, and someone called Veronic a wimp, and Mara just chimes in, "He's not a wimp, he's a soldier." It's like, bro. Like, there's a lot of funny lines that have come out of my party's mouths, and it's honestly great. Like, I have seen them do some of the most batshit insane stuff, and I love it. I really do love it. Because I know for me, I've spent a lot of time doing these things for them and, like, setting up things. And I know with the most recent one, it was the most fun we had all had in D&D in a while because of just how good it went. And I'm glad that it was a good session for everyone. I love when that type of stuff happens. I know I personally have spent so much time on just D&D alone with some of the stuff I've done, because as a DM I need to be prepared to some extent, but I also don't over prepare anymore. I try to keep a good amount of prepared. Like, I have a lot about the world, I have all this different stuff about it, and how different things have affected it in history, etc., etc., because it is important to the lore. And I am so thankful that my players are interested in the lore of the world. Because I know that's something that some people just never get the same. But my players actually are interested. Like, one thing that they haven't really done anything with in a while is the Lost Book, because they haven't found a new page for it in a long-ass time. Because they just haven't. They're coming up on one, but will they find it? Who's to say? And I also leave some things up to exploration as well, because when they explore, they can find some crazy ass shit. Like, some of the stuff I put in their way, other stuff I make, if they explore and learn about this, they get an advantage. If not, they go into the fight semi-blind, but that's okay. Like, one thing that I, like, with the last session is I introduced them to my Dread token system. And over time, they're going to be introduced to more systems that are different, but also they're going to have to fight more with the Dread tokens and stuff. I try to make it where they actually get to experience the thing, and then they actually can learn from it to use it to their advantage and understand how to counter these things. Small stuff like that. Like, let's say one of them gets healed a certain amount. They'll lose a Dread token if they had one, or whatever else. Because I feel like with a lot of stuff, if they look for it, they'll find it, but also giving them the agency and not just telling them outright can be so much fun. Because I know I've spent a lot of time just on my own doing that stuff. It's honestly kind of insane how much time I have spent doing that stuff. Bo ba do bo ba do bo ba do bo ba do bo. But yeah, I definitely want stuff. Really good friend to our D&D group. Really excited she's getting along with everyone. Her first session's next Saturday. Nice. Of course, as always with new people, you always gotta make sure that it goes well, do a few sessions, etc. But it's always nice when it actually works out. Because I know sometimes it won't. Other times it will. You just gotta hope it will. Legendary fish or Skull Cavern. Without eating or drinking. Now see, while I could just do it without eating or drinking, etc., easy as pie, because I get natural healing, I could also fuck with the guy and just staircase down. Which is probably what I am going to do for my sake. My wonder is if the crafting thing didn't come through here. Ship 50, yeah, like craft every item, because either I didn't craft every item or something. The current DM and someone else that has DMing experience have been helping her with the rules, making her character. Nice. Yeah, like that's something I did. I actually got my sister to create a character at one point too. Ooh, we are almost out of stone now. Like, I've actually spent time learning about these things and trying these things because I enjoy them. I know not everyone feels the same as I do, but hey, it's nice when you actually feel good about something like that. Because when you can actually, like, get it done, it's so satisfying. Because I know for me, I have spent long times doing stuff. She came up with a really good character idea. That's one of the nice things about new players, is sometimes they will come up with some of the craziest character ideas that, like, make so, like, that don't make as much sense, but are some of the best characters. Like, I have seen it happen quite a few times. Like, one of my characters went for a cleric because she felt like we needed a healer. And I'm just like, you don't need to. And she's like, nah, I kind of want to try this. And I'm like, okay. And she's also, like, she has a bunch of healing, but it's not her main focus. She actually can do stuff with, like, undead. It's nice, because it gives her more options and stuff. And one of the things I did, because I know she cares about healing, is one of her magic items, because she couldn't choose between life or death, so I told her to choose Death Cleric, and that I would figure it out. So what I did is, um, I created a magic item that gives her the first set of spells from life and or Death Cleric, depending which she chose, but it comes at a curse. And she can basically make this magic item stronger over time if she takes the time to do so. But it's not going to be easy. There's going to be trials and stuff. Because the first of the curses is she can't have temporary HP. So she can't have the temp HP that's added. Which is a pretty okay curse. It's not too bad, not too good. Especially when you have players that can give temporary HP. But I know one of the ones, what it does is it gives the ability to do some of like the basic stuff of like you can glide, etc. But its downside is I forgot slimes can drop hearts in this, but it basically makes it so you resist magic damage, but you take more from physical damage is another of the cursed items. And it can eventually be upgraded to allow gliding as well with one of the other items. And then there's one that's a helmet that they could get that basically gives them dark vision, allows them to get a little bit of blind sight, but it causes them to have sunlight sensitivity, and it makes it harder for them to see during the day, when normally they would be fine. Small bits of like curses for like smaller, like making them semi-equal is difficult, but if it's done well enough, you can make some really cool stuff. I have spent so many hours doing stuff for them. Like, I know I still need to talk to them because we've been talking about getting a custom one for feet, for example, a custom feat for the Blood Hunter. I made her a custom weapon, and I'm gonna make it, and I made it a bit easier. So depending on what she does with her thing, because she kind of wanted to go for a Blood Hunter that's attached by a matriarchy type duty with Ghost Slayer. So I made it so she's the last Ghost Slayer and has a connection to her past lives. Well, in quotation lives, more like the past matriarchs. Um, and it's basically her using her Ghost Slayer powers to bring it back. Semi-avatar unintentionally, but it is one of those things where I personally gave her a bit more of that chance and to try these different things, and she seems to love it. Because of that, she can technically connect with multiple spirits from different past matriarchs as well as other spirits in general because of her abilities. I mean, it makes sense that a quote-unquote Ghost Slayer would be able to do that. I mean, seeing the fact she gets the ability, one of the Ghost Slayer abilities, is Aether Walk, which allows you to go, in and out of the ethereal realm temporarily for an amount of rounds, depending on quite a few things. But, one way we've decided to kind of flavor that is, like, she flavors it as, like, her skin goes translucent and stuff, and you can't really see her anymore. Like, she's still semi-visible, but it's like just an outline of her, and it's really cool. And like stuff like that is so neat to me. I like when the players come up with cool ideas. Like when the Dragonborn came up with the idea of doing a red and orange Dragonborn was awesome. Because the orange dragon is such a forgotten creature because it's from the older editions. And it literally spews sodium. But I found a good way to balance it. Same thing with the changeling and stuff, being able to change into animals. Like, they took some levels in Druid because they want to be able to actually gain the abilities of the animals. But it's kind of nice to watch them, like, do these different things. That's one of the things I love, is when they actually, like, get so much effort and put it into it. It's just so satisfying as a dungeon master to see that. Because you feel like a proud parent, in a way, when you see them actually succeed at stuff like that. Which is both weird and nice at the same time. I know I have my fair few things I enjoy a lot. Boom. Boom. But yeah, D&D is one of those things I love, even to this day. It is one of my favorites. Especially with my group. Dear God, we got a lot from this. This is one of the nice things about using explosive ammo, is you can just go through some of these levels just blowing shit up. And you don't need to worry. That's fake. Plus, if something is fake or is an enemy, you can just... It's really nice, because then you don't need to worry as much. Perfect. Oh, cool. A shaft. You've been thinking about making a slow-acting curse that makes the user slowly need to kill more people depending on how much the cursed item is used. Oh yeah, like that, I believe there actually is a sword like that in D&D, unironically. I know that's semi to how certain types of creatures work already. Like, I know, one of the things that surprised me last session was the changeling is no longer a werewolf. They chose to get rid of the curse. But because it affects all curses, it also means the cursed item no longer works. And since they didn't take it off and put it back on, it didn't reactivate. So this cursed item is now just a normal, like, flower crown for now. Because they don't usually take off their hat. But I got some ideas. I'm thinking about making it a thing where if they leave it on for too long, even though it's... Because it's still technically a cursed item. Because I want it to still have some impact. But... yeah, it's... awkward. It also means we don't have to worry about, like, the little wings or anything either. It's kind of crazy. Boom. And boom. It's honestly kind of funny, actually, too. And boom. Because that's one of the things about D&D, is either it goes really well with the stuff you do, or it goes so poorly it becomes a meme in your group. Like, I still remember the point where they were trying to help a child and just completely fucked it up. The child was okay, but that's how Boris even became a werewolf in the first place. Because the child was the werewolf. So confused what I am doing. Because I know, like, even now I've made some mistakes as a DM. But being able to learn from them definitely helps. Because I know early on when I was DMing, I made a lot of mistakes. Being able to learn from them, but also, like, um, grow from those definitely help. Because I've seen my players definitely enjoying a lot. And in all honesty, I feel like it's a duty that a lot of people should do at some point of being the dungeon master, because it helps you understand the position more and the amount of stress in it, but also it helps you better learn the game and better learn how to deal with different things and come up with creative solutions. So it can help you as a player to also find creative solutions in-game as a player. And it also gives the main DM a break from the constant chaos. Because part of being a DM is being a glorified babysitter for the entire party. Because you're basically the glorified babysitter slash parent. Which as much as I wish it wasn't true, it is true. Perfect. Because in all honesty, I actually enjoy it. I enjoy the DMing stuff. I'm okay if I'm the DM, but I'd like to play as a player for once in my life. I have actually never gotten the chance to truly play as a player. Most of the time, I am stuck to the DM position. Our current DM begged me to do it. Exactly. There's a good reason. Like, not only do you learn the struggle, but it also gives the DM a break. Because a lot of DMs come from people who just happen to know the game the best and just kind of got stuck with the role as well. I am one of those people, but I still am okay with being the DM because I do enjoy it. Not everyone enjoys it. I know quite a few people who absolutely hate the DM position. I don't. I don't mind it. But I can't say the same for everyone. But it at least helps you get a better understanding of the position and what the person is dealing with as a DM. Because when you're taking care of a bunch of chaotic little shits and making sure they don't blow up everything in town, it gets difficult. Plus, you also realize how many of your plans get ruined, like, completely, and needing to be able to just switch on the fly, like nothing happened. And also getting better at using different words and describing stuff past just, it's bland. Like, for example, they went into a tavern. I describe it as a dark and cold tavern with the smell of that musty mold. Because that musty mold smell, that if you know it, you know it. Or like, when they were about to deal with a big storm, I mentioned how, I basically mentioned, because at the time Boris was still a werewolf, how he smelled rain. Um, as well as Veranik, because Veranik is a soldier, and it kind of made sense, but like, for people who would, because like, one of the things I know some people find crazy is that I can smell rain, but like, I think that's just a farmer type thing, something that more people from rural areas get. I also know in, a couple weeks to like a week, over the weekend, um, it won't affect the stream schedule or anything, but I'm gonna be visiting my, mom's father, who I call Pop. We're gonna be visiting him for his birthday. So I'm gonna be going up north. Yay. So I might have some stories, who's to say? And mind you, this is the guy who was a civil engineer for years and can speak um quite a good few languages, both fluently or used to be fluent, which makes a lot of sense for him too. Like, one way you know you fucked up around him is when he starts yelling at you in German or Arabic. Whenever he starts with one of those languages, you know you fucked up. It's like an internal just activation for him. And it's kind of scary. You know what? We're just gonna go down the rest of the way. Ooh, we don't even have to waste this one. A seed maker and a trinket t-shirt. But yeah, like, I still remember a lot of that stuff because I learned a lot from him. Because while I may not have learned a lot for D&D from him, I learned that more from my mom and dad. Because the last time my parents actually played D&D, they played a military thing where my dad got killed by a tow missile. I wish I was shitting you. It's a full-on story. They were fighting a bear, and he got hit by a tow missile. A tow missile. And I just think to myself every time, they really need to play it again and hopefully get a better time. Because that is both hilarious, but also like, wow. That's one of the things I truly do like about it, though. Is D&D, you can have some of the craziest things happen. And it's not even a bad thing. Put this away. Like, I have heard so many tales from my parents. Summons a hungry frog companion, hungry frog. Green frog, blue green. They're all different colors. The heck? And then I'll put this in here. And then we got a shirt. And I'll sell that. Also, we should totally go to Clint with 5 iridium and get this trash can upgraded finally. Because that's another thing we need to do. But yeah, I know I've learned a lot from just my family in general. And it's kind of crazy looking at it now, because I still remember learning a lot of it. Because I used to speak Arabic a bit better than I do now. I became extremely rusty because I just stopped using it for so long during the pandemic. But I used to actually speak it quite well, actually. It's been a long time since. I still am rusty as hell if I were to go back and speak it. But it's been a long time. That's for sure. You'd think Arabic is useful to know, and it is to some extent. But you don't run into it a lot depending on where you live. Like, if you are doing more work outside of the US, you're more likely to maybe run into it, but other than that, not really. Like, I know my pop knows Arabic and stuff, and I did not expect to see Gunther out here. Like, I've seen the different things he's done and stuff. Like, one of my things I did when I was younger is we had to talk to them about one specific thing that we talked to the person about, and it couldn't be someone we talked to on a daily basis or like every week. So I chose my pop. And we basically had to learn something new from them that we didn't know. So what I did is I basically went to him and asked him, and I learned a lot from him. Also, it seems Clint's gonna take forever. Um, but I got to learn a lot about the stuff he worked on. It was honestly really cool. Being able to learn stuff from that, just in general, was fun. The Arabic moving to Sweden because war and stuff, I think it'd be useful to me. That's fair. Like, I still remember quite a few bits of Arabic. I remember I also know like little bits of Spanish, as well as German. Like, I know bits and pieces of multiple languages. I just have not gotten to a point where I'm fluent with any of them, other than English, and even then, I question my fluency with English sometimes. I mean, you know how much I fuck up my words. I think that's kind of obvious from streams. But yeah, like, I've spent a lot of time doing these things. It's honestly kind of crazy. I know, I do plan to try and learn some more again about them, but it's just been so long. Because one of the things is that there's a large deaf population here, too, so that's on top of my language learning list. Yeah, I've been wanting to learn sign language myself. Like, that's one of the languages I actually do really want to learn that I just haven't gotten to. And I've thought about taking classes for it. I just haven't gotten to doing that. Yeah, like, Swedish Sign Language is completely different to, like, other sign languages, too. Like, that's just sign language in a nutshell. Because I know for me, I remember learning, like, bits of it, but not a lot. It's been so long since I've needed to use it. It's honestly kind of insane how much language varies. And I think that says a lot about just language as a whole with how much it varies. Because you get to learn a lot about things. Let's also go check on apples. Apples visit other homes soon in woods. Many friends there. No. Oh, there's a cutscene. Oh, it's the Wizard and Morgan. I forgot about this. I foresaw your arrival. You really came. Morgan, it is time. Okay. Morgan, you can do this. Concentrate. Demonstrate your intentions the to the elements that bid our world. Hmm. Mountain summits. The marshlands. Marshlands. Hee hee. Lush forests. The oceans. I feel a connection with the earth. It's speaking to me. Bird! Bird! Frog! Another frog! Another bird! Yay! Yeah, where did all these animals come from? Holy animals. Bro! Extraordinary, Morgan. Your ability to gain the trust of forest creatures is proof Mother Nature has put her faith in you. Does that mean... Yes, you've passed the exam. Aww. I reflected on the forest creatures and saw the meaning behind what I saw. My farm animals will now produce higher quality goods. Oh my god. Oh? Junimo! Morgan the little druid. I know, right? Also, I feel ya. It's nice when you get a good teacher like that. Aww. Peaches. Meep! Meep! Aww. This is so fucking cute. That was so cute. Apple tell Apple's friends something. Other Junimo, Peaches visit Apple. Peaches' friends say apples do good job growing starfruit friend. Magic to grow bigger starfruit. Maybe other friends visit Apple soon? Peach tell other friends Apple make new friends. You bad apples. Meep! Oh, that's so cute! That was so fucking adorable! I think I'm gonna squeal. Zoink Scoob, I think I'm gonna squeal. Scoob. Scoob. Oh my gosh, that was so fucking cute. Like, that was one of the most adorable fucking things. Like, oh my god. Don't you just love when something adorable like that happens? I'm just happy that Apples has a little friend named Peaches. They're perfect. Hello, Scarlet. How'd you know I love this? Thanks. Smell this fertilizer? Has a pungent scent. My dad and I had a disagreement about something. We don't always see eye to eye on things. I'm not in the mood to talk. Okay. But are you in the mood for a movie? I'm also gonna look up her movie snack real quick. Scarlet Stardew Expanded. Oh. I started typing it! Lamau. That was a complete accident. So she loves... So she hates Wumbus, Mysterium, and Zuzu City. But I believe we're in Natural Wonders. So we're on Summer Year 2. So, oh, it's Wumbus. She doesn't like it. Because it's technically Year 2. Aw, she doesn't like the movie. I can't believe she hates Wumbus. She hates him. She hates him. I can't believe it. She hates him. Martin, on the other hand, only dislikes Mysterium and it howls in the rain. But he does like Wumbus. He does like Wumbus. He, she, Wumbo. The study of Wumbology. They, Wumbo. Boom. Okay, let's check Mr. Key. Anything with the pumpkins yet? Nope. Basically, every day that they are watered and there, they have a chance to grow into a big boy. That's our hope, is for a big boy. Okay, so we're missing one crafting recipe. So there is a crafting recipe we are missing. It could be a friendship thing. Or something from one of the many things. Because cooking recipes, 100%. Crafting recipes, 98%. We're missing a walnut. We need a golden clock. We got Monster Slayer. We need great friends. And we are so fucking close. Ooh, we're close to this too. Galaxy Souls, we could make we could go for those as well. Don't tell anyone about this place, okay? I wanted to keep it exclusive. You'd keep a secret for your friend, Mr. Key, wouldn't you? Maybe. Who wants 10 now? So there has to be a recipe I'm missing from like a trader or a shopkeeper or something. That is my best guess. Because it's not from levels. We know that. It is not from the level. And it could be from a friend or like a friendship thing. Volcano photo. Because we've gone through all the crafting and we've crafted everything. It's literally one thing we're missing. And it's not any of like the key stuff either. Because I'm sure we've crafted them. Yeah. Magic bait. Fertilizers. Yeah, we've crafted a bunch of these. We've transmuted stuff. Wild seeds, fiber seeds, saplings, statues, jack-o'-lanterns. Because it's not something we have from the looks of it. Not bug steak, not the iron lamp, not marble, not wooden. It's something like that we've missed. Because I've checked all of these. Yeah, we've gotten all the totems. All these pathing. Mini jukebox, crystallarium. Mushroom log. Anvil. Doop 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 doop. The radioactive minerals aren't just the world's version of cursed rocks. You know what? Fair point. Okay. I just looked over at my phone because I felt it buzzing. Toll-free call. That totally doesn't sound suspicious at all. Ah, yes, take this toll-free call. It's totally not suspicious. Yeah, no. Plus, I'm also streaming. So. But whenever I see toll-free call, I just think to myself, if that isn't the most sus thing, it's nothing from Robin. If it's not from Robin, then who? Because he can't buy shit from Susan. The Adventurers Guild? Like, I'll go through each of them, make doubly sure. But, I don't know. Like, for once, I am stumped. Hi, Kent. Hey, Boshi, how goes adventuring? Savage Ring. Nope. Nope. Not those. Maybe the dwarf? There's just so many things you just don't know. No. I bought the stuff from him. Probus, maybe? I'm gonna check Clint. Oh. I did give him the Iridium trash can, I forgot. Okay, and if not that, then... Because it's not the movie theater. That's obvious. Ooh, baked fish. Just picks up a baked fish out of the trash and gives it to some rando. Okay, let's check Pierre. Nope, nothing at Pierre's. Like, there's very few places I can think that it could be. It's not here. These are checked off, so it's not those. I'll check Willy, and then I'll check Sophie. Ah, shit. He's not in. Meaning I can't check his shop. Like, I really don't know what it is. I could look up all the crafting recipes. This is a difficult one. Nope. But I can buy pressure nozzles. She seems busy. Maybe from Marnie? I know it's crazy, but I don't have any clue. Oh? Something happened at the Junima Woods? Uh-oh. Uh-row. Rut-row, Raggy. Because it's not from the wizard. You can't buy shit from him. Shop supplies. Auto grabber, doghouse, cat, tree, birdhouse. Adopt pets? I could get a turtle? Because I really don't know what it is. Because it's not from them. I actually am going to have to look it up, I think. Because I got no clue. Like, for once, I actually have no idea. Got some aged midnight carp roe. So instead of being 105, it goes up to 294. Not bad at all. The only recipe the traveling cart sells is in multiplayer. Because I'm not in multiplayer. Because this is a single player world. Otherwise, I'd say maybe it's the ring, but no. It couldn't be. Um, Crafting. Um, Stardew. Because if it's not... So I'm gonna look at the crafting item. So, um, it doesn't even have them in like in a nice list. Okay, wedding ring. Um, does the wedding ring actually count? Let me check. So wedding ring. Engagement except wedding ring cannot be used to marry again. Equipped like other rings, as no added bonus effect. It also can be sold to Adventure Guild. Um, the wedding ring count towards any of the crafting achievement doesn't count towards the wedding ring does not count towards any of the crafting achievements and is not required to be crafted for perfection even in multiplayer. Okay. So no, it wouldn't be that. If it's not that, then what is it? Monoculture, polyculture, um, craftmaster, craftmaster. Craft every item. So let's go over some of these. So we got bomb, bomb, bomb. We've crafted these. Gate. Each of the fences. Um, each of the sprinklers. Um, cask, keg, bee house, dehydrator, cheese and mayo. Um, loom, seed maker, oil maker, fish, dehydrator. There are just so many things. And I might need to recraft some of these, honestly. Because I don't see anything new that I don't have. I have all the floorings. I got the bobbers. I got challenge bait. I got magic bait. The wedding ring doesn't count. Um, I've crafted stone brazier. I've crafted the campfire. I've crafted carve, stump, barrel, skull, marble. I've crafted the charcoal kiln. Recycling machines, the worm bin. I've crafted a lot of these. By a lot, I mean practically all. I've even crafted the wicked statue. I've crafted the scarecrow. Um, Villager walks through the square, character died, blah, blah, blah. Weird. Like, that's really weird. I guess so things I've only crafted like once, I should probably recraft. Make another one of those. Because it could have been glitched up, is my best guess. Is like some of them might be glitched. But Lord knows. Doopa 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 doopa. Do 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 do. Mini jukebox. I don't want to craft another one of these, but I have to. Um, I'm making sure I've crafted as much of everything as I can. Deluxe bait, magnet, trap, sonar, treasure. I've crafted these. I've crafted all of these. It's honestly kind of crazy. Because now I'm here basically having a mental, like, confusion moment where I got no fucking clue. And then you got a bunch of extra shit. Um, where'd I put this? Oh, I'll put it in here. Um, bug steak. Bobber. And boom. Boom. And we got bluegrass starter. Which, whole other issue that I can easily solve. Boom. There we go. Yeah, I got no clue. I know whatever it is, it's something dumb. And it's something I am missing. Somewhere, somehow. Maybe I get it from one of the people. That is my best guess. Hmm. I mean, I'll still check the traveling cart in case, but I have no clue anymore. Like, whatever the hell we're missing. Because it's such a weird thing that we're missing now. Because I don't actually got any ideas. Let's visit the Junimos. Because it said something was happening in Junimo Woods. Oh. Apples and peaches! Aww. Meep! They meep at each other. It's adorable. Meep! Meep, meep! Meep, meep. They're just meeping about. I understand nothing they're saying. Meep! Meep! Oh my gosh, more meeping! I have no idea what's going on, but it seems to be a good thing. Meep, 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 meep. The Junimos are headed towards Aurora Vineyard. What? You used to think they were living apples? Ah. Oh, a cutscene. Apples jump. You're so adorable, apples. Abigail can see them? I never knew that. Okay, now fetch this. Hmm. I never knew apples could be seen by Abigail. That's actually kind of cool. Honestly, she does, so that's fair. Nope, nothing in this one. Nope. I'm checking the Junimo houses now. No, just items to buy. At least I know where to get prismatic shards. No. Because it looks like one's adorable. No, Apples kind of has always had the name Apples from our guess. We just don't know much else besides that, other than the fact that Apples lives in a place where the people are gone. Okay, let's go to the places that we could maybe get something. Because I actually do not have any clue what recipe we are missing. Because it's one thing, too. It's not like a bunch. It's one teensy little thing. So let's start with going to Willy. Because it's not the, water check, will check. Oh gosh. Another cutscene. Paper check. I've seen this cutscene before. Multiple times. I'm just gonna... Another one! I can't escape these. Ahoy there, Boshi. Just landed a real whopper. I don't know if this one's new or not. Let me show ya. If he pulled out a hamburger, I would have laughed. He just got a legendary fish. This beauty is called a crimson fish. They're a rare species that's disappearing from these parts, sadly. There's a notion going around that they're dying off to account of the recent pollution from Joja. Since their factories started cropping up all around Ferngill Republic, crimson fish populations have dropped off. It was just about to release her. I don't want to put these rare treasures in any more danger than they already are, even though I could make her good coin selling her. Sure, I'm able to show you her to someone. People don't always believe my fish stories. It's times like these I feel like I should invest in purchasing a camera. I'd say so. So, how's the fishing life treating you? I haven't picked up a fish run. I fish every now and again. Good to hear you're still enjoying fishing, Boshi. Happy I gave you my old rod to get you started. I've collected every single fish. If you're squint, you can just about see the Fern Islands across the ocean on a nice day like this. My family is from those islands. We should take a boat out there sometime. Away from the cities, the water is crystal clear, and there are amazing rare fish that are native to the islands. The ring fruit grown on the islands are also delicious. Been craving a good ring fruit lately. I'm gonna keep on angling, tossing this crimson fish back so she can go on her way. Have a pleasant day, Boshi. Mr. Krabs. I don't know. I'm just being weird now. Okay, whatever the thing is that we are missing, it is so annoying. Get in your fucking shop, Willy. Get in the shop. Hurry up, please. I'm going to watch menacingly. Get in the shop, Willy. Come on. Do as our part to make sure it is. Mm-hmm. Thank you. He's going back to the shop. Okay, let's see. Does he have the final recipe? He does not. God! What are we missing? Oh my god, not another cut. I just don't want to watch another cutscene right now. I just want to figure out what I'm missing. Because I don't need the stuff from the crab pots. And I don't think the recipes count. Yeah, because I have cooked one time for everything. Like, I just don't get it. And it's probably a simple one that's like, I've passed over on accident. And I'm really debating just trying to figure this out in some form through something. I just need to figure this out. Sophia won't have it, I know that. Shit, what is it? It's something small. It's nothing big. It can't be. Because the wedding ring doesn't count. Because if it counted, then that's a whole other issue entirely. Pew, 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 pew. Du, 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 du. Oh, cool, I can just reach her. She doesn't have it either! Ah! Then where the fuck is it? It's not in the hands of the raccoons, it's... Oh my lord. I'm so confused. Because I actually have no fucking clue wherever this is. Because I'm actually stumped. I'm more stumped than a tree. And that's saying something. Like, the heck? There has to be something. Right? It's like, I got no clues. Like, my only guess is that it is from Mr. Key's... Oh, Mr. Key is almost 100% laughing at me right now. Probably like, what a loser. Can't find the last thing. Like a loser. Like, I am going to look for what I can. Oh, you know what? I'll take it. I don't know Susan cutscenes. No, no, no. This isn't right at all. I don't know why I gave her that voice all of a sudden. Yes, come in. Yeah, that's getting closer. It's been a bit. Oh, Boshi, what a joy to see you. There it is. I'm having a bit of trouble with this crafting recipe. I don't suppose you could give it a go? Wait a minute, is this the crafting recipe? Did we actually find it? I'm attempting to craft this slanted wardrobe for a dear friend of mine, but I can't seem to get a grasp on this pot here with the metal barons. Come on. You think you can craft this? Please, go right on ahead. Please. It looks wonderful, incredible craftsmanship, Boshi. Say, where'd you learn to craft? I've been crafting for a long time, and I know talent when I see it. Been learning on my own for the most part. You taught yourself to craft like that without any help? You're gifted, Boshi. I've just been learning them every time I level up. You know, we're both excellent at woodwork, but in different ways, we learn a lot from each other. There's something I want to teach you, and I know you'll use. Is it a crafting recipe? Cask, kegs, and preserve jar now require less wood to craft. That would have been really useful a lot earlier. That would have been very useful earlier, actually. But now it's like, that's not what I'm looking for. Because it's one crafting recipe. It's only one of them. One simple, little recipe. And it's not a normal recipe. It can't be. It has to be modded. That's my only guess here. Because, let's look at this. With all the crafting recipes, none of these are modded crafting recipes. There has to be a modded one. That's my only guess. And if it isn't a modded one, then I'm missing something from 1.6, right? How many people will take to kill Mr. Key? Who the fuck knows? I don't. I just am so confused. Like, I'm actually lost here. I'm so lost, I'm more lost than the show. Tomorrow's Martin's birthday. And then it's Scarlett's birthday. I don't know if we'll be able to get Scarlett a birthday gift, because she doesn't seem to be here on Sundays. But we can get Martin a birthday gift. Which would be great. Because that will get him high up. And we can also give him something else. Something T-shaped. He might be a bit thirsty, if you get me. I couldn't pass up that pun. It was just too easy. I'm gonna be honest, it was just too easy. 5 void eggs. Eee. Moo. Ah. Ay, ay, ay. Ma. This would trap. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5. Still no rabbit's foot. Because Martin has such a small list. Because if I look up Martin from Stardew Expanded, do you want to know his only favorites? Juice, ice cream, and Big Bark burgers. As well as the universal loves. Like, bro. But, you know what I can give him tomorrow? Okay, so startup tea. I'm basically reading that as biz instead of what it actually is. Okay. Wow. I know, right? There you go. Void eggs for you. So I need to give him a universal love as well. Unironically, I think a silver star would just do better than a no star. Like, oh my god. Yeah, like this is probably gonna do better together than apart. But I still don't know what recipe I'm freaking missing. Because I've cooked everything here. I've cooked everything. And I thought I had crafted everything, but I haven't. What is it? It's driving me insane. Our trash can is ready. Okay, so friendship. The fucking recipe and clock. I'm putting that down. Because that's how I actually feel about it. The fucking recipe that we're missing. And I'm debating off stream, going out of my way to look through and see, double check, triple check, quadruple check, check the everywhere. Check behind his ears. Check behind my ears if I need to. Maybe I'll find some quarters. Who's to say? Happy birthday! How'd you know it's my birthday? I love this thing. Oh, yes! We got him to 10 hearts instantly. Scarlet is all who we have left now. This last thing is driving me insane. If I don't get something from him or Scarlet, then it is not a friendship thing. I don't know why that's like stuck in my brain right now. Just like the song in its own beat is just Also, I like how it shows this if it's not fully crossed off as it's an auto petter one. That's actually kind of nice because then if you actually pet them, it gets thicker. See, it gets thicker because getting pet by a person gives it just a little bit more friendship. Please. No! I was hoping for something better. Because we're gonna need to do a lot with the frickin' wine. Let's at least get rid of the trees, because whatever it is we are missing, it is something dumb. And or broken. Because unlike the Monster Slayer goal, where we actually got it complete, and Mr. Key counted it, but we never got the achievement, this one actually is, like, not completed. Which makes me super worried. Because I got the Mr. Key achievements. I've gotten the things from the island. I've gotten all the cooking recipes. I've made all the cooking recipes. I've committed several types of recipes. Yet, I don't know. Like, this one crafting recipe is gonna drive me insane. And this is what it is like to do perfection in Stardew if you have no clue what you're doing. Or even if you do have a clue what you're doing, and you just completely lose your mind over one tiny thing. Normal things. Also, I didn't lose a single bit of energy there because of efficient. Such a good thing. I love the efficient enchant. Watch it be something really dumb too, like, oh yes, it says you crafted it, but you actually didn't. If it's that, I would actually, like, I think I would instantly end stream and close down my PC, and then I would just walk outside and lay on the ground. I just would lay on the ground and just lay there for hours or something. Because that is where I am at with this fucking thing. Because it is driving me actually insane. And I am, like, keeping an eye on the numbers crafted. And if I need to go through, craft everything again, I'll fucking do it. I will do it. My lord. What could it be? Oh, gods. Please give me a sign. Come on, gods. If there is one of you out there, please. Oh, please, God, just give this to me. But nobody came. No. I'm praying that there's not a glitch where that wedding ring counts. Because if so, I will literally lose my mind. I am so adamant. Like, I am so adamant. I will... You know what? I'm gonna look this up. Does expanded add more recipes to Stardew? Food recipes, making farming... Okay. New recipe. The different oatmeals. Flour... Um... Um... What? So... Only thing... What? I'm so confused. What? So... With Camille? 7th. Oh my god. I think I figured it out. I think I have. Unironically, I think I have figured it out. I am... How is anybody supposed to know this? This is gonna drive me insane. Because I know where I need to go. I think. But first, we need to take care of our farm. Then we apparently need to go to the Crimson Badlands, because apparently, from what I have seen, apparently, I know we can buy stuff from there, and my biggest guess is one of those could be a recipe. And if it is, I'm gonna lose my shit. I don't even know how to feel about this on what I just read. Because as soon as I explain it, I think you're gonna feel the same way I do. So I'm just gonna leave you guys in limbo about this one until I show it off, because you're gonna have the same reaction I did, I feel like, on the whole "wait, what?" type thing. Because it's actually insane. It's more insane than I thought it would be. Let's at least get a bunch of ancient fruit going. But yeah, this is gonna be a nightmare. The good part is, this is, like, the only thing we can do is check to actually see if it is a crafting recipe, because if it isn't, I actually have no more ideas. Because, like, the closest thing I could find was something from 2 years ago. And I don't know if it would have gotten removed or not. Because we're at 98%. Well, someone before 1.6 said they're at 97% and having the same issue. So it's very likely we're going to have to wait for the specific days that this happens. 7th, 22nd, and 28th, apparently. For some godforsaken reason. Because those are the only days it's going to be accessible, apparently. And that's only if it exists, because I have no clue. You play Stardew mod, Stardew with bullshit, bullshit mixing. Yeah, that's about right. Because this is gonna be bullshit. Because there is no reasonable way you should know this without looking it up. Unless you get a lucky day. I will honestly say that. And as soon as you see it, you will see what I mean. It is bullshit. It is more bull than shit. It's so bullshit, it makes actual bullshit look normal. Which is crazy. Because she has elixirs. Draw object, crystalline great. Lightning. Holy Fuck! Look how much that gives for defense! That was a lot. But look, she has a fucking shop. There was a point she used to sell recipes for those elixirs. But she doesn't now? What in the fuck? I am going to research this so hard off stream because I am actually, like, confused. Like, what am I supposed to do? Just exist? Because I can guarantee you, I don't got a clue. Let's see if we can find Scarlet today. There's a few places I can think that she might be on her birthday. She's either not in the valley, she's with Sophia, or she's working. One of the three. There's no in between. And watch this last recipe be locked behind something glitched or something. Watch it be something so bullshit that it's glitched. Imagine. The irony of this is kind of funny. Where's Sophia? Not in her room. Nowhere near her parents. Because Sophia, I imagine, is with Scarlet. Because they're best friends. My hope is that they're just not in Grampleton. Because if they're in Grampleton, well, fudge. Okay. Hi, Susan. Bye, Susan. I should probably check here first. But it's like... I am actually losing it. I have no fucking clue. Because she would be in certain rooms. It's just so confusing. Like, what? Like, I'm at that point where I'm, like, super confused and have no fucking clue. For all I know, she could just not be in the valley. And that's annoying as hell for me. The fuck is this? You're telling me didn't expect a surprise visit from you today. I wonder why. I'm checking out the new flyers. Is this a neighbor down the road is looking for a part-time babysitter on the weekends? I think I might be up for the job. Yeah, there's all sorts of advertisements and odd jobs that get posted every week. Kinda nervous around here. Too, take on a bunch of jobs because of a request. Do you check your community bulletin board? Uh-huh. You're kinda like me then. I bet you get nice payouts. You know, I've met some cool people through this. Oh, uh-oh, she's on the loose again. Scarlet, help! Oh my god. Hey, get back here, girl! Oh my god. You're telling me this whole fucking time please don't tell me I can make friends with them. Oh, thank fuck, I can't. Oh my god. There's a whole other area that we've been missing. And we got her to 10 hearts. Kate gets the zoomies all the time. She could be a challenge to dogs. Uh-huh. What's this way? Okay, I can't go that way, but... What in the fuck? Can I go this way? No. So there's only one house I can go into, and I'm guessing that is hers. Trevin. Hey, you must be my daughter's friend from the valley. Pleasure to meet you. I'm Trevin. She has two dads! That's 100 times cooler. Shouldn't enter the garage without permission. Oh my good god. How did I not know this existed? Like, what? If that's not where the crafting recipe is, I got no conclude. At least I didn't need to pay to get here. But we made the best friends with her. I'm just actually confused. Like, I could pull out the whole, actually type shit. I got no clue. Because I'm actually fucking lost on this one. Like, I don't know what to do. The first time in a while. But I can freaking clocka. Okay, so clock and the fucking recipe. Recipe. Fuck, I forgot how to spell it. Brain. Okay. I wish I could just go the fucking recipe. And clock. Aneurysm. Basically, it felt like. But I think, because it is the time we normally end, it's a good place to end, even if we've had a scuffed morning. Because I think I might go insane over this damn recipe. Other than that, I do hope you all have wonderful days. Just a reminder, if you're not already part of it, !Discord, where I announce if issues happen. Like today, I announce when I go live, I announce if I'm sick, etc. Just on there, if you ever want. !YouTube, if you want to watch any of the VODs. Those come out every Tuesday, Saturday, and Sunday, 8 a.m. CST, the days I do not stream. And you can go watch our Stardew series over there, as well as many, many more. I hope you all have wonderful days. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.